hello there. Hey there, friends. Look at this. It's a Thursday night, and I'm here telling you that I'm going to be live at twitch.tv/the ASMR Nerd starting very soon. And I'm underwater right now to let you know that I'm going to be playing Dave the Diver tonight, which I actually played last Thursday on the stream. It was great. It was super chill, lots of character, very fun, a very quirky fusion of like a diving and fishing game paired with running a sushi restaurant. There's elements of exploration, there's elements of like running a business, making a menu, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool. It's very cool. It's got this really beautiful pixel art style. You can hopefully hear in the background quietly. Just the chill vibes, the music. I really like the music in the game. So anyway, I played it for the first time last week. Really enjoyed it. So I'm going to be playing some more tonight over at twitch.tv/the ASMR Nerd. And dear friends, I invite you, yes, you right there, to come join me and our wonderful Twitch community for some good games, some good friends, and some good vibes. That's the plan tonight. That's the plan every time I stream, really. What else is there to say? No video tonight. I've been slacking on the Thursday videos for the last while. Hopefully they make a comeback sometime soon, but not this week. And that's pretty much it. If you've never been over to Twitch to join us there, I strongly encourage you to check it out. Take this as a sign. I would love to see you there. It's a great place for me to get to meet you, to get to know people who enjoy this community, enjoy my content, and also for you to meet all kinds of awesome, like-minded folks. The community we have on Twitch, just the best. Like incredibly kind, very friendly, super supportive, welcoming, warm folks. Some of the best people. Really, we are privileged to have such a community associated with this channel. So, and you could be part of it. Well, you already are part of it if you're watching this, but you could be part of the Twitch side of it as well. And as always, these little YouTube pre-streams are just to let you know that if you are a regular YouTube viewer, that I do stream over on Twitch. Because I get people coming on every stream saying like, yo, I watched you for years on YouTube and I had no idea that you streamed on Twitch. So this is for you. I know you're out there watching this, so now you know. And as I said, this is your sign to come join us. Just come say hi. Just drop a hello in the chat. We'll be happy to warmly welcome you in. And there are links, of course, down below this here stream to the Twitch channel. And if you're watching this live right now, obviously I'm not live on Twitch just yet because I'm here on YouTube, but I will be live on Twitch soon. And so if you're watching this after as a VOD, then I'm probably already live on Twitch. Do not delay. Click on through. Join us there. It'll be wonderful to see you there. Who we got here? I trimmed a mustache today, and there's like one little hair in the corner here. It's like poking me right in the side of my mouth. It's terrible. You didn't need to know that, but if you're wondering why I'm fiddling with my mustache, that's why. Jaden, hello, how are you? And welcome. Good to see ya. Madoraptor, always a pleasure. Good evening to you. Freaky, hello, welcome. Alex, the job hunt is going. Still nothing for sure, but it's sounding like I probably will have at least some short-term work, like 3 to 4 months, maybe starting next month. Still not 100%, but I'd say like 80% at this point. So that would be good. Celine says, a friend of mine just showed this game to me yesterday. It looked neat. Yeah, it's really relaxed, but kind of quirky. I like its vibes. I like the protagonist, Dave. Dave is a mood. Dave is definitely a mood. Yo, what's up, Nakoma? Hello. You've got a 3-day weekend tomorrow, so you'll be around late tonight. Yes, yes. The rare Nakoma full stream. Get to hang around for the whole time. That's awesome. Looking forward to having you there for the entirety of the stream tonight. Although, that being said, you know how it is. If you need to go to bed, fall asleep, if you're tired, of course, do that, please. Jaden, it's been a while. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? How have you been? How have you been keeping? Tactrix, good midnight to you. Nakoma, you are watching this in the future. In the future. Alex says, can you guys stop with the fires up there? The smoke is not cool. Well, yeah, no. Actually, to be fair, Western Canada has not been too bad so far. Knock on wood, like it could very well be a record-breaking year later in the summer in the fire season, but so far not been as bad as back east. But Eastern Canada for sure has been having a hell of a fire season, and I know the smoke sucks to deal with. You know, we've been dealing with that here on the West Coast for like since 2015, I want to say, pretty consistently every year. We get at least some period of time that's really, really smoky. And so, you know, it's a change we're all adapting to. It's not a good one, but it is what we've predicted. It's what all of our, you know, modeling and studies suggest. Increasing fire frequency, increasing burned area, increasing smoke output, you know, as climate change progresses. So, you know, it's something that we've got to adapt to, as crappy as it is. You know, there's ways we can do that. Of course, there's forestry practices that can aim to mitigate, you know, fire risk, smoke risk, and that sort of thing, but they can only go so far, right? If things are climatically primed to burn, we're going to get more fire. Nikoma says, we'll see how long my old body can break it. I go with y'all. That's a mood too. I feel that sometimes. Hey, Sushi Donut, what a fantastic name. Happy Thursday, y'all. How long does this stream usually last? Usually I'm over on Twitch hanging out, chatting, and then gaming for 3 to 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours from this point. So that would be, you know, usually wrapping up by sort of 1 a.m. Pacific time. Sometimes a little earlier if I'm tired. So we'll see. But yeah, got a while to come hang out. If you can't make it right now, it's cool. Tactrix says it should be mentioned that last year the fires were so bad that we got Canadian firefighters to help us try to contain them. Yeah, and you know, for our part here in Canada, we've certainly had to accept international assistance for some of our fire seasons in recent years. Absolutely. Hey Sandy, how you doing? You won't be on for a minute, your phone died. Oh no. No worries. Well, we'll be getting going over there in a few minutes, but you know how it goes the first hour. We're just hanging out and chatting anyway, for the most part, so thanks for letting me know, Sandy. Guys, Julius Caesar says, Nick, I still need my forest fire ASMR video. I know. And especially since it's on everyone's minds right now because of all the smoke and the, you know, the scale of the fire this year. Lots of people, you know, thinking about that. So now would probably be a very appropriate time. I do end up talking about it on the streams quite a bit for that reason. So. Primed to Burn is a great book title. Maybe I should write a book about fire regimes, fire frequency, fire ecology, and the intersection with, you know, society. Call it Primed to Burn. It might exist, I don't know. Alex says, this may be hard to answer, but I know some forest fires are natural and good. How do we know the difference between a healthy forest fire and a bad one? A really great question, Alex. That's a fantastic question. And there's a few dimensions to it the first and easiest answer is that it's a bad fire if it's threatening human lives, community, infrastructure, these sorts of things. If anyone's in immediate danger, obviously that's a bad forest fire. But if you mean like ecologically bad fire, for example, like one that's going to fall to an extreme end of the intensity spectrum that might be outside of the natural range of variation for fire in that environment or ecosystem, we can look at metrics like fire intensity, and after the fact we can look at things like fire severity, which tell us about, well, which are reflective of, for example, how deep into the soils the fire burned, how much vegetation has been destroyed, these sorts of things. Usually if we get, or if you want to sort of predict or understand where we might have those more intense and severe fires, you can look at climate and weather indices. So we have a whole system here in Canada and many other parts of the world that look at components of the weather and come up with what's called a fire weather index to estimate where fuels are going to be the driest, where weather conditions are going to be most conducive to extreme fire events. And then you can also look at the fuels themselves, so the structure and type of fuels. So that can be fuel density. When I say fuels, I mean forest, right? I mean vegetation for the most part. So you can look at vegetation density, you can look at canopy closure. These are some of these kinds of metrics you can get at by looking at satellite data. Others you need sort of ground surveys for. And looking at things like canopy base height, so where the bottom of the upper canopy starts, and also what kind of ladder fuels are available. So that's looking at bushes and shrubs that will help to carry a fire from the ground, where it's relatively low intensity, into the canopy, where it becomes high intensity. So there's a whole bunch of metrics around weather and fuels and ignition sources as well that we can model and study to understand where fires are likely to occur, and if they are to occur, whether they're going to be within sort of healthy regime for that ecosystem, whether they're going to be dangerous, potentially threatening human values. That was a very wordy answer. I don't know if it answers your question. Hopefully so. Stand age plays into that as well. Like older, especially around here, my part of the world, when stands become mature, you lose a lot of the lower branches from the Douglas fir, which is the predominant tree in my little corner of the world here, and therefore a lot of that ladder fuel falls out, and then you have a big gap between the forest understory and the lower canopy, and those forests are much less likely to experience severe wildfires, highly destructive ones, whereas forests that are younger tend to be very denser. Like natural thinning hasn't occurred yet, and there's a lot of ladder fuels, so they'll potentially take right off. There's lots more I could say, but I'll just leave it there because I should probably get over to Twitch. And hey guys, Julius Caesar, hopefully that satisfies a little bit of your desire for some fire ecology talk here. Tactric says, here's the thing, the reason why there are all these forest fires is all of our faults. We as humans have contributed to this, so we can't blame someone else. I mean, the fires happen naturally, but the extent and the intensity of fires we're seeing these days, it's definitely outside the range of what we would see without human intervention. And definitely like human land usage, human caused ignitions, anthropogenic climate change, and forestry management practices all play a role in the intensity and the extremity and extent of the fires that we're seeing now. Robert says, have you been thinking about getting back into playing Magic? Yeah, a little bit. I have, actually. suggest I get into a format called Wacky Races. I've never heard of it, but now I'm going to have to look it up for sure, because that name alone is intriguing. Christian, you didn't know I did YouTube pre-streams. Well, now you know. I hang out here for usually like 15 to 20 minutes, just letting all you fine folks here on YouTube know that I'm going to be hanging out over on Twitch soon, and apparently answering forest fire ecology questions, which is cool. I'm always happy to talk about, you know, the stuff I study, but yeah, and then we jump over to Twitch. So it's the little pre-party that we got here. Charles Darwin says, I think all of Canada can supposedly see the aurora borealis tonight. No way. Cool. After the stream, I'm going to go out on our balcony and see if I can see it to the north, because that would be rad. We are extremely far south in Canada here, but maybe, just maybe, we'll see it. Heck yeah, Palmer. That's right. Fire talk. Caesar says some plants need fires in order to allow their seeds to break open, and also for soil regeneration. So fire is both good and healthy for nature, but can be very destructive. It's never simple. Exactly right. Fire is an ecologically important process. Some ecosystems, like the chaparral of California, for example, is fire dominated, fire maintained. Basically, wouldn't exist in that state without regular wildfire. Other systems, like our coastal western hemlock forest on the moist west coast of Canada, fire is very uncommon, and so it's not as important a disturbance factor in the maintenance of that system, but it is still something that will inevitably happen eventually, even in those moist forests. So, you know, even if it's on a many centuries kind of return interval. So yeah, most ecosystems worldwide are touched by fire in one way or another. Gaius Julius Caesar says, on a later note, I think it's sort of funny, I was making jokes and comments about fires on these YouTube pre-streams for months and months. Now Canada decides to burst into flames. Well, we've been bursting into flames annually now since, well, forever, but more intensely since about 2015. That's when the smoke has become a big thing here. But more so in the West. So, but certainly we have been closely tracking the incidents and area burned by fires in Canada for a long time, and it has just about doubled in the last 5 or so decades, which is a lot. Like that's not a little bit of a change, that's a lot of a change. So it's expected to about double again in the coming sort of 5 to 10 decades. So that's a big yikes. Yo, what's up, Deep Fried Deals? Hey, Rick Grimes. Yes, we'll be headed over to Twitch in just a second. I'm glad you enjoyed the talk, guys. Hearthstoner. Nope, stream is Thursdays and Sundays these days. Always Sunday. Thursday has been on and off, depending on like how busy I've been. But right now, Thursdays are very much on. So we're going to go over to twitch.tv/theasmrnerd. Links down below the chat. Hang out there. We can keep our fire talk going over there if you guys are curious. Sushi Donut, I have no thought on Threads yet. I've not used it. I tend to be pretty slow to jump onto new social media platforms. I don't really even like the ones we have. I don't social media much. So if it looks like there's a good reason to be there, if that's where everyone moves to, then I'll go there, but I'll let others test the waters for me first. Wow, Hearthstoner. Well, get on your boss for keeping that workplace safety up, but yes, Caesar, part of that, you're right. Yeah, part of it has been fire suppression policies. Most places have been, as you say, working hard to avoid fires. That leads to a buildup of fuels because a fire is part of the natural rhythm of disturbance that helps to clear out, dead wood and fuels every however long, 50 years, 100 years, whatever, on average. Then once you start suppressing those regular fires, then it all builds up. And then when it does burn, get a conflagration, much more severe than would normally occur. Christian, Twitch, yes, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Hey, Tiger Milk, that is very kind of you. Thank you for the good vibes, the good words. Alright, friends, this has been a 20-minute pre-stream, and I was already really late getting started here, so let's head on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/theASMRnerd. That's where I'm gonna be hanging out tonight. We're gonna be vibing, we're gonna be chatting like this for a while, then I'm gonna be playing some the Diver, which is really awesome, really charming, really fun pixel art. Definitely come check it out. Alright, friends, I'll see you over there in just a moment. Once again, links down below. Head on over. I see the chat is already popping over there, so pop on into the chat, and I will be along in just a minute. See you guys there.